After that unforgettable day, the day Marcus solved the unsolvable problem, something shifted. Professor Hamilton, once cold and dismissive, started to act different. He no longer made those slick, under-the-breath comments. He didn't ignore Marcus's raised hand or skip past his row. Instead, he began calling on him deliberately, genuinely interested in what Marcus had to say. It was subtle at first, just a question here or there. But soon, Hamilton was engaging Marcus in full discussions during class, even using his solutions as examples on the board. The same professor who once questioned whether Marcus even belonged in the room was now treating him like a colleague. But the biggest twist came near the end of the semester. One Tuesday morning, the class filed in, expecting another grueling lecture. But instead, Professor Hamilton walked in with a guest, a tall man in his 30s wearing a NASA jacket. Hamilton clapped his hands and said, "Today we have a guest speaker, a former student of mine. He's now working on mission-critical algorithms at NASA." The class clapped politely. But just as the speaker stepped forward, Hamilton turned to Marcus and said something no one expected. "Mr. Green, why don't you take the first 10 minutes today? I think the class could learn something from you." Silence. Even the rustling backpacks stopped. You could almost hear jaws hit the floor. Marcus blinked, surprised, but didn't hesitate. He stood up, walked to the front of the room, and delivered a clear, confident talk about how he'd spent his high school years building calculus, shortcuts to help classmates who struggled. He spoke about the mathematical models he was building to study climate patterns, and how he dreamed of one day teaching math in underfunded schools, helping students who were overlooked just like he once was. The NASA guest stood visibly impressed. After class, he walked straight up to Marcus and said, "You remind me of myself at your age. Let's talk." That single conversation changed Marcus's life. It led to a fully paid NASA summer internship, where he'd work with real engineers solving real-world problems. And he didn't get there through privilege, connections, or favors. He earned it through grit, brilliance, and quiet determination. And by proving wrong the very professor who once tried to humiliate him, Marcus didn't just belong in that class. He was destined to lead it someday.